I got the Strom going now, so you better be spooked. I'll have a problem. Instance. That. Heavy cannon's a lie. Novi, are you dead?
I am dead, yes.
Stop doing bad. Bad kiddo. Is that a daze? It is. Oh yeah. Daze is gonna get nerfed soon because, well, not soon, in 5 months, because Fernando wants to change how power burns slightly. So Daze only has 5 months to indiscriminately power burn. He's living on borrowed time.
Yes, yes.
He's doomed. Uh-huh. Like, you know in your heart that it will go through the change. Like, you know. Better start preparing, boy. Because you're gonna be doomed. You know. And you don't want to be the one who is doomed. Yes, but it will completely. Yeah. Well, I mean, what the change is gonna be is that you run out of energy for power burn. You just revert to normie boost for normies instead of big boy boost. So, and you need the big boy boost for your big boy getaway. You know, otherwise you just won't make it. Got you in trouble. Why you are? 'Cause I'm speaking to a doomed man, right? A little spooky, if you ask me. Have you ever seen someone so doomed?
I'm watching your stream.
It's like Oh, thank you. It's like a Canon BK3 where they make it so that the sticky bombs aren't OP BS. He's doomed. His entire playstyle, or like a crown if Hammerhead got removed from game, he'd be doomed.
You'd be doomed, boy.
Doomed. Not that doomed, but look at all those poor innocent AI. Or are they innocent?
Wow. I just pulled up a stream of Shrouds. He has like 111,000 viewers and he's
Oh.
just eating.
Well, he's a good
Otherwise,
goalie.
he's just eating there with 100,000 viewers
Well, I
and
mean, honestly, he deserves more viewers, if we're being honest. It's like, you should have, like, 1 million at least. If
this
he's
guy
just...
doesn't know what he's watching the esports of Valorant and he's just there sitting and eating.
Oh, is he,
100,000 viewers.
how, is he enjoying it, or is he just, like, there to be there? It's like, hey, Shroud, watch this, we'll pay you, and he's just like, I guess I'll do it. But the second the money
He's
dries
not
up...
saying a lot because he's eating.
Yeah. So the fact that he's eating while he's watching it implies that he probably doesn't care that much. He's just kind of there to be there. Oh, also, I was thinking about the hunter nets, Kenobi. Very rare, because I usually don't do too much thinking, because I'm pretty dumb.
He's enjoying it a little bit, okay.
Oh, okay, that will be good. I don't want him to be miserable. Like, I get that they're gonna pay him really nicely, though, but money does not cure sadness, which is what you have when you're forced to watch Valorant against your will. You get sadness.
Yes. I saw days on your stream.
But what I was thinking about with El HunterNet is that you and Ivan basically have the same opinion on the game, where...
Probably.
Except Ivan seems like he has way more details about what he wants to do. Because basically you want just
I
as much
also think
content
this
as...
type.
You just want as much PvP-focused content as possible, basically. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then Ivan wants the same thing, but he explained it out as he wants the game to be designed so that every type of player can play the PvP and have a good time, rather than it being like, you get...
Tell the casual approach.
Yeah. So that basically he wants it designed so that casuals...
Like Overwatch.
Yeah. He wants it so that casuals and competitive players can play the same mode and not fight each other and get on each other's nerves and have giant flame wars. That's what he wants. And
That is unavoidable, you cannot.
well, he already had examples of other games that actually
The only way to
did
reduce
stuff.
that is actually having proper game balance.
Well, he already gave examples of other games that were working towards making it so that the different groups in the player base don't fight. Like, they fight each other in-game.
Yeah, disable chat.
It's like whenever two Nintendo fans disagree, they fight and smash. And whoever wins, wins the argument. That's what they do. Believe that. It's true.
That's probably a real thing with this.
There's a days.
It is. They stop running. Coward. He's trying to outrun you, boy.
If I was drunk on alcohol, I could aim better. Otherwise, I'm pretty bad.
Probably. Oh, you had the snipes.
I wish it would like flash up and like giant gold ladders and then epileptically flash the distance that you hit a shot at when you get a kill. When it's against days specifically. So if it was like 800 meters, it should just flash 800 meters when I kill him. And giant text. Because that'd be perfect.
Just put up distant attacks on the distance you killed someone. Alright, Days, I don't know what you're trying to achieve here, but
No, this is what Days normally does. Also, it's he'll often kill himself if he gets bored too. He's a
just like with
creature.
an asteroid.
Yeah. It's hard to tell when he does it by accident or on purpose, because he'll do it on purpose, just to avoid
That was on
fighting.
purpose. That was
Because he's
definitely
such a
on purpose.
tism.
That was definitely on purpose.
Wow. What a tism. Boomers are hard to hit. I swear. Bomber is hard to AI. They have too much health. Something.
Well, Days, the fact you're explaining it means you already did it on purpose.
Destroy it. Let's say, oh, I'm just selfish, so if I just assume it was something I did all the time, that's how you know I'm actually a bad, but
You're a bad guy.
if someone crashes by accident, it's like, actually, it was because I scared them into doing that. That's the real... The fear. That's what actually happened. Yeah, we're gonna do the horrible idea of shooting at a Renzoi, as it just goes about its daily business.
Well, you're landing on quite a little bit of shots on him, so... Lenzo's not
Are
looking
you
good.
sure, boy?
Yes,
Look,
oh my god, he healed up.
yeah. I think I am a doomed...
I think he's doomed.
No, I'm the one. Because I didn't play Doom.
Wow, the asteroid plays.
Yeah, that's... See, you see how Plasma's just pain and suffering? I mean, having kids not much better, but it's just like...
I'm glad Fernando sees that as well.
Well, Plasma used to be pretty good, but it got nerfed.
Yeah, but it got worthless because the range.
I mean, it was kind of OP, though. Because it was OP in the sense that all you had to do was run up very close, and you'd be guaranteed hits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All the G's. Giuseppe, Gibraltar, Grapes, Gamers, Gamers. Why did that one hit? This gun makes no sense. It's broken. I miss shots that I feel like should hit, and shots hit when they feel like they shouldn't. It's a broken gun. bad. Broken gun. Broken. Doesn't work very good. All bad. Why does it have to be so bad? It's always so bad. It's bad. Right, now I'm having hallucinations. Seeing things that aren't there. And I bullied a Renzo. Are you proud of me? You know? Now it's time to get the days. Maybe.
He's running away again.
He's not. Shh.
Oh, he is.
No, he's not. He's attacking. See, look at that. He lost control. Happens all the time, you know?
Renzo destroyed days. Oh, it was me. That explains.
I think the real problem with heavy cannon is I'm very bad with. So I feel like it's a bad weapon.
What do you mean very bad? You're hitting most of his shots.
Well, eh.
If you're very bad, then how bad am I?
Extremely bad. Well, I feel like, well, when I see other people use heavy cannon, they hit, like, the vast majority. Oh, I have no idea what the LRM is, because when it was launched at me, I blacked out. I don't know. It's a mystery. Spooky. Ow. It's around... This. Look at that. Alright, that was highly irregular. Wouldn't you say, Kenobi?
Yeah.
Days, are you launching LRMs at me? I think it's Days. What a bastard. Of course he would do that. To get revenge. Oh man. How many times am I gonna miss the exact same shot over and over?
I don't know. I'm watching real quick.
It's so tis. Right, wild it. Oh, I'm a dead tism. It's just, I don't know what it is about stuff suddenly going up. It's like I do the lead wrong every single fucking time. It's like is incorrect in the same way every time, but I can't see how I'm doing it. Because I can't exactly see where the shot goes, because every single time I get hit, and there's too many particle effects to see. It's like, well, fuck, I'm stuck in an infinite loop then. Fuck's sake. That's why it's such a bad weapon for bad people. Bad people. Makes me bad. Perfect. Stuff F. Days died to a bot. What a nerd. Can you believe that nerd died to a bot? Even knows what's going on. Oh hey, it's the exact same thing as like the APM test, Kenobi. Where I actually have a very high APM. The problem is 60% of the actions are wrong and slow me down. It's the exact same issue with aiming, basically. I'm very good at reacting, but the problem is most of the time it's incorrect. So I end up doing, like, crap tons of wasted move all the time. It's a curse. And I'll never, ever...
Well, it's not such a bad action.
It's... Yeah, but that's better than the alternative, where you're too slow. Is when you're too slow. If you got the slow hand, there's no hope for it, basically. But if you got the frantic jittery hand that constantly overshoots all the fucking time, and you have to recorrect many times, at least you'll adjust over time. Maybe. But I don't believe that. I think I'll get worse, to be honest. The more I play, I'll just get worse. It's kind of like Intel processors. The more time passes, they just get worse. Wow. Why is Renzo dead? Alright, that means we gotta find days again. We're gonna cheat. Wow, I think Days is also dead. Everyone's dead. Only the AI wants to play. Isn't that just like a metaphor? Every game ever. Players don't care about fighting each other anymore. It's just AI. It's like, think of all the games, Kenobi, where people just play against AI and don't care about players at all. Because it's
That would
just...
be amazing.
It's like Doom. It's like no one does the PvP in Doom, which it's just only AI. It's like freaking Ultra Kill. People only do PvE because there isn't even PvP, but no one wants
And
it.
already, like, we see Doom players actually being better than the most competitive players.
Although Ultra Kill PvP would be complete BS to play, Because every fight would only last like 2/10 of a second. Because it's so easy to kill stuff. Oh, were you checking a message? I think that's just an excuse. I think you were doing favors.
Lies, please. Lies.
Yeah, they know, because it's like, they know it's like the TDK is like on the floor, man. Like, you think Call of Duty has fast time to kills? You've clearly never played Ultra
No
Kill.
idea.
It's like Call of Duty is like the limit on like how fast you can die and have it not be complete BS, basically. Yeah. Which is a shame though, because if you just like have a game and you're like, we're never ever gonna do PvP when it's like a shooty game, it's just like, well, game's kinda doomed.
Super.
Yeah. Because PvP is like the best way for a game to sustain itself when the devs just stop developing it, basically. But because it's PvE, it's like there's more of a push for the developers to add more content to the game than normally would be. Because the
And it
game,
becomes predictable because patterns.
yeah. Well, and because the AI isn't advanced enough to, like, change how it fights you. It's like, it's very rare for AI to fight you differently in a game, and most games that have good AI, the AI are just, like, good at fighting you one way, and that's it.
Just imagine the enemies and Doom Eternal are connected to DeepMind. Just imagine that.
Oh, that's not what I want, because it's like, what I want from, like,
That's exactly what I want.
but nah, it would be too BS.
Have them self-learning AI.
Like, no, I don't want that, because it would eventually become a composite AI that has the best aspects from every player in the entire game.
Just outbeat you on every single aspect.
Yeah, like, you know how in, like, you know, competitive, it's like you have players, it's like, oh, this guy's the best at flick shots, this guy's the best at track aiming, this guy is the best at movement, whatever. The AI would have, the AI would mirror every single one of the best traits and combine it into one being, basically. So one being would be the best at flick shotting, track aiming, and movement all at the same time. So it'd be completely unbeatable.
Imagine in a tournament 2004 with DeepMind.
Yeah, in terms of mechanical skill, it's unbeatable. In terms of, like, stuff like map control, that would probably be a lot more difficult for it to learn, but it will learn eventually. That would just be a lot harder.
Well, boy, the AI will take over.
But that will take a very long time.
The AI will take over everything.
Because the thing with, like, learning AI is, like, it's the AI isn't really learning. What the AI is learning... The AI isn't learning how to play the game. The AI is learning how to replicate a result. It's cheating to an extent.
It's basically doing math all the time.
Yeah, it's like...
That's all it does.
It's like the AI has no understanding of what it's doing. It doesn't know why what it's doing is good. It just knows that what it's doing is what's good and desired of it. And it just does that. But it doesn't know why it's doing it, and it doesn't know how to do what it's doing, necessarily. It just knows to do that. It's very basic level intelligence, basically. Like, your pets have more creative thinking than, like, even the best AIs do, because how they're designed.
AI doesn't think, boy. It calculates.
But that's where, like, people will just say, it's like, wow, AI are so much smarter than people. It's just like, well, not really.
Days is correct on this. An AI doesn't need to know why it's doing it. It does not need
Yeah.
the incentive for doing certain actions.
Like, it doesn't.
That's the upside for AI, because there is no incentive for certain actions.
Yeah, it doesn't need to get paid.
It doesn't
That-
need help. It will help itself.
Oh, that was a funny thing in, like, Doctor Season 12, where there's, like, a reality where there's a mega corporation that they control everything, including the government. But they're mostly automated, but they're required to have 10% of the workforce be human, even though if they use the robots for those jobs, they'd do the labor cheaper and they do it better as well. So all the jobs are just busy work that exist only to provide those people a wage, and that's it. So
Do
it's
you
a
know how scary realistic that is?
yeah, that's why I feel it's like oh, it's very realistic. It's like yeah, because it's just like it's like I don't believe for a second though if they like got rid of all the jobs, they'd find some way to just like have people financially support themselves without working. It's like oh, I know it's possible. I just don't believe they're gonna do it.
Otherwise, they lose control. Simple how it is. You cannot give people freedom, otherwise you lose control over them. That's not
Yeah,
something
and
that
they and the way and
can
they're so freaking authoritarian is that if they lose control, well, they're out of power basically. It's like
yeah, because the whole point of a government is that they are in power over certain things.
it's like you say, it's like people are kept stupid on purpose so they're easier to rule. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why the idea of everyone like self-ruling is like people don't agree with it because people are so stupid. It's like, well, the only reason they're stupid is because they're not allowed to rule over them. That's the only
Mm-hmm.
reason they're
Are
so
you still
stupid.
streaming?
Maybe.
He's still streaming, yeah.
Yeah.
We are
Oh,
talking
it's kind
about
of fun.
AI and how governments are fucking
Yeah.
everything up.
Governments make, yeah, me and Konami believe that generally governments make people stupid on purpose to make them easier to rule.
Mm-hmm.
And companies do like the same kind of thing, just to a lesser extent. Because they're mostly worried about manipulating you to get money. They're not as worried about having control over you.
But it's not necessarily for the money, it's necessarily for the stuff you do for it. That they want to keep doing. So like working in a factory or doing any other stuff like that actually has some value tied to it.
Because
Because the
realistically,
only
if it
value they have is the actual value being produced. What is being produced, that is what they see as value, but not the money. I mean, money is helpful, but it does not contain any value because everything
it's all
is being put on numbers as value because of money.
it's faith driven.
Yeah,
If somebody doesn't want to take your money, then you're fucked.
yeah, your value collapses completely.
But the problem we have is people take extreme. People put most people put more value in money than they do in anything that physically exists.
Yeah, but they are again too dumb to understand that it's only a medium of exchange. It's the only role money has, like having easy accessible transfer of wealth.
Yeah, because you have like, especially like a lot of CEOs of really big companies is like, it's almost a mental disorder where they just try to get as much money as they can when there's no inherent value in it. They just have like so much more value assigned to it than it
And that
realistically
is
needs.
not because of self like being very selfish or something. It's just because the competition will otherwise beat them and they become worthless. So if
Like
they don't keep playing that game, they will become invalidated over time because the
like
competition
you
will beat them on every single aspect. And that is the problem we
validated
have with
mutism.
competition value. Like it doesn't like Apple, they want to gain as much money as possible just to outbeat Microsoft. That's for the case of Apple, for example, because those two are the direct competitors against each other. Because if Apple decides for like we going the good guy route and we don't care about money, Microsoft will roll them over, and they know that, so they cannot profit from that anyway.
Oh, finally I didn't throw like for 5 hours. It's nice when it happens. That's why I say heavy cannon has like such a ridiculous skill ceiling. Where it's like, oh, you better hit consecutive shots or your ass is grass. It's basically how the gun is. It's fucking happening. I'm prepared to lose. 'Cause I'm too inconsistent with the weapon to ever win. 'Cause that's how it do. Something. Oh yeah, Kenobi. How much of the interview did you watch that I sent you?
Interview.
Yeah, I sent you the 1 hour like video about Joseph Gibraldi. I believe that
I
was.
don't think I even bothered to watch that.
Yeah. Well, you should watch a little bit because the guy is such a
M. Schaefer
big
his
chad.
way out of Joris Affairs. I don't
I
even
have
know
a
what
cat. I have a
Joris
cat
Affairs
yelling
is.
at me. It's a Tism video. You'll like. It's about game devs talking to each other about
Oh,
games.
okay.
They're all indie devs basically. Although one of them
So
is
they're sharing basically some sort of talk
yeah,
show.
they're getting interviewed by the host of the show essentially.
Okay, yeah. So it's a talk show,
Yeah,
basically.
and it was really good when I was watching.
So and they're talking about games in general, like how
Yeah,
games
I was
work.
thinking because the person on the far right kind of has like the attitude that like Fernando would need to have to like pull off what he's doing, basically.
So he need to grow some balls, basically.
Oh yeah, it's like the dude's fucking jacked too, like, like
Who?
and guess what? And guess what, Kenobi? This is the best part that you'll love. He's French.
Oh. Yeah, that explains everything, I
Yeah.
guess.
Spoonie won't stop yelling at me. What a Tism cat.
I mean, no offense for the French, they are assholes, but they at least had like once almost world domination back in.
Well, Britain actually had world domination. So, get
Yeah,
wrecked.
the French were getting close.
No,
at at some point they were getting
they
close.
were not. Why is it skipping? Stop dropping frames. It's not that high of a bit, right?
You have VSync?
It's like, oh, I have VSync with FreeSync, so
You have a free sync.
yes.
Cool.
How did that
Is it prop-
miss? How did that miss?
What are you doing?
Oh my god, it's like this cannon is
Are
just
you throwing?
it's like I'm pretty sure I overshot again. Although I can't like I'm not paying enough attention to how I missed. That's what the problem is. It's just like how did that miss? How did that one hit? It's like what? It's a Tism gun, man. So I just don't understand. It's like, how did I fuck that up? It's just so mind-boggling. I do believe that I am more likely to hit hard shots than easy ones. I fucking believe that so strong.
Oh.
Really. I got hit 3 times by an AI cat because it was just at the right angle.
What
Ah.
weapon was it using?
It was a, well, it was a gap because
Oh,
it
it was a
couldn't.
gat.
Nothing else would have hit me
Of
three
course.
times in a row that fast. So without even looking at it, I already know it's a gat, basically, because it's like nothing would consecutively hit that quick.
I base it on how you hear it, on
Like,
the sound it makes.
for me, it's like this frequency of like the shots. It's like that was a gat. It's just like fucking A. It's just like, it's just such a ball ache to know that it's that I'm the problem. It's just how it's just like how my movements are. Like it's just inaccuracy with like objectives. It's like I always want to aim too far. I never want to aim a small. And that's why it's so wildly inconsistent. It's like I'll either
I think it's because of your range. You're like decent up close, but you're just doing lucky shots
Oh
from
no,
far away. So it's
far
hard for
away
you
I'm way better. No, I'm way better far away. Close range is where I'm
to.
actually struggling the
Close range is
most.
like, how can you mess that up?
Yeah, well, close range is where I mess up most of the time, and the reason is because I overshoot a huge amount. And it's especially when it's like small movements, because when someone does small movements, I massively lead where they'll go, and then they'll switch, so I have to whiplash the ship all the way over, because that's how my aiming works, basically. It's very aggressively predicting people doing big movements. That's why small movements, I'm very terrible. Small movements screw me over. But if someone's doing really big movements, I have a way easier time. Which is ironically kind of how the AI in From the Depths works, where you can customize it for hitting targets that do tiny, quick changes in direction, or you can customize it so it hits targets that it gets the bigger picture better, which is like for me, I get the bigger picture, but when it's like really tiny, indiscriminate movements, I suffer bad. And it's just infuriating. Because it's like, this is an easy, like, time. All we have to do is probably just aim where the ship physically frickin' is instead of even thinking about leading it. And we probably just hit anyway. Even though that's technically slightly, of a fallacy.
God, all this is. I
But
was searching through categories on Twitch. Oh my god.
I just,
The hot tub stream?
I just want them to add softcore porn and just call it what it is, honestly.
So just chatting has like
Mutism.
632,000 views.
Alright.
Why? It's Twitch. It's a gaming streaming server. Why is it about? Oh my god! And then, yeah, on pools, hot tubs, and beaches is like right below that. It's like 15.4k viewers. Jesus Christ!
Well, it's because
What the
Twitch,
hell?
I mean, Twitch appeals more to, like, people who are woke than people who are just normal gamers, basically. That's what
It
they're...
seems so. Yeah, but still, the vast majority of viewers is like gaming.
Yeah, they're gamers, because when you add up all the games, it kicks the ass of just chatting.
Yeah, but
Alright.
it's still it's concerning. That's all I'm
Alright, I
saying.
killed a day, so I'm ending the
That's
stream.
concerning, God.
Oh, wow, did you want to do tunnels, Renzo? Like,
Mine.
days. You get your fat ass in these goddamn tunnels. Wow. You made me so angry at G-Lock days.
Just chatting has double the amount of viewers currently than League of Legends. I am concerned. I'm highly
I hate League of Legends. I actually prefer just chatting to be more popular with Legends. That's how much I hate it. That should tell you how much I hate that game. Like, oh, just chatting's more popular? Good! I hope it stays that way.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5, 250,000 viewers. That's
Eh.
also more than just chatting has more than double of that.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5 has serious issues I take with it. The main issue I have is people love the online to death, but they just don't care about the campaign. When the campaign is, like, one of the best single players in, like, gaming history. Grand Theft Auto 5 is, like, one of the best campaigns ever made, period. And everyone just doesn't even care, and they play the online, and talk about, like, how great online is, when it's basically just a ripoff of any Halo game past Halo 3, essentially.
And this one I do respect. Chess.
Oh, yeah. Oh, chess? Absolutely.
67,000 viewers.
It's
I
like,
do respect it.
yeah, like, the people who are good at chess, like, they are so, like, they're just so much smarter and more intelligent than me, to where I have, like, no hope of even, like, remotely getting close to, like, their level. This is how it should be.
Not a lot of people are. Not a lot of people are, because the amount of strategies included in that is...
Well, it's just the fact that most, like, professional chess players, they can just see, like, 11 moves ahead from, like, 9 different contingencies of what could happen, and they're predicting what happens, like...
That's all because of the patterns certain strategies are.
Yeah, because...
if someone does a move, he already knows what strategy he will probably do.
Yeah, it's just so good at predicting. So it's absolutely not the thing I want to do, but it's really impressive.
That's why they can go so fast all the time on the board, because they already know what the strategy is. And they're like, if he does this strategy, I'll just use this strategy to counteract that. It's counterplay again.
Yeah, days.
Wow. Okay, Gunman. Twitch even has a crypto channel. It has 5,300. A crypto channel about Bitcoin and all the other stuff. 5,300 people are watching that at the moment. Even Zelda Breath of the Wild still have 1,500 viewers.
That's just a good game.
Exactly.
It's very possible.
Pokemon trading card game, 1,100 viewers. It's still going, boy.
I think the LRM hit you. It like exploded nearby. But the rock didn't.
Oh, this one you will like. Titanfall 2, 555 viewers. Quick.
555? That's not very many, but I kind of like that.
Great Champions is also.
Yeah, I think there's a second problem. I think I'm nowhere near as good as like compensating for my own movement as I probably used to be because it's not as important. That's probably a problem. I don't know though. 500 people, yeah, it's a decent amount, but like search up Apex Legends real quick, Kenobi.
Apex Legends.
Oh god. That's the last thing I want.
Apex Legends has currently 68.6k in viewership. Alright, Fortnite.
How did that not damage you? That was so close to your ship,
What does
though.
Fortnite have at the moment? Let's see. 117,000 views.
Only gay men play for it. Everyone knows. If you're straight, you play Apex.
It's straight.
Oh dear, that was. Ow. It's.
Dorf Romantic has 1,300 viewers at the moment.
Who?
Okay. Dorf Romantic.
Alright, and how many did Apex have?
Apex had almost 70,000.
Yeah, so that's the difference between Titanfall 2 and Apex. Like, oh, it's like, and people wonder. It's like Titanfall 2 players that get angry at Apex for being more popular than Titanfall 2. It's like, oh, now you know how I feel as a Titanfall 1 guy. When, with how people treat Titanfall 2. Oh, now you know exactly how I feel. So, yeah, it just sucks that this game that's not as good gets, like, all this attention. It's just like, oh, welcome to the fucking boat.
Internet, 1 viewer.
Woo!
We're on the board, boys.
Yeah.
Drone doesn't even have any viewers at all. That's horrible.
What?
Drone doesn't have any viewers at
Yeah. Eat your heart out, drone.
all. That is already wedding. Yeah, you're continue. I need to go now. Boy.
Oh, good. Getism. Why do I keep getting LRN? This exists so that I can lose all my energy. But yeah, I think that's the problem. I think there's two problems. I'm bad at leading, and then it's also the one I don't aim as well. My ship, but they probably. Hee hee hee. Hee hee hee. Hee hee hee. Hee 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 hee. Hee 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 hee. Ha hee ha hee ho. Ha hee ha hee ha hee ho. Ha hee ha hee ha hee ho. Kill myself. That's the mission. Waha. I think that's the main issue. Besides all the other. Oh, and there's problem 3, too. Oh my god. I didn't even see you, and I've already been hit 5,000 times. It's like, I haven't even seen where you're at. Ow, I hit the wall. Flex Sound is a black man. But the third issue is psychology. It's like I get scared by everything. So depending on like my feelings, like it massively influenced my performance. Essentially, isn't that sad? Like you should really ask how I feel, because the answer is important. Depending how I feel determines how accurate I am. Because I'm that much of a. I didn't. You already forget the rule. I have to let you get inside first. I'm not gonna shoot you if you haven't even gotten in the tunnels. Absolutism. I bet you tism. You tism. What a tism. I mean, I miss talking to. I miss him already. The piece of crap he is. Wait, he might still be watching the stream, though. You motherfucker. Oh well, I am a tism. Please send all complaints to @IDon'tCare on Twitter. I'll be sure to respond. That was a lot closer than it should have been. The DPS, it's like, it's not DPS, it's, I have something that I can hit. Well, I G-locked when I hit the wall. Oh, now I got the DPS. This build is cancer. I have the big dablet. Ow, I got stuck. Ow. I killed myself with heat damage again. I killed myself. Well, it's like, if I get hit by one rock, it screws me over because it discombobulates me. Spooky. Why do I keep getting LRMs? That's what ruins otherwise decent builds. Having an LRM that just randomly. Go! Or hit the ground. Yeah, just hit the ground then. Oh, the LRM again? It's like it starting to fire and then... Oh, that's... It launches in such a weird... Oh, well, go to the tunnels and see how much fun it is then. How about that, Days? How about you get your ass in these damn tunnels? Ow, I'm a dead to... Yeah, go in the damn tunnels! Get in here! Get in the damn tunnels! See, this is why you're to... Oh, I didn't even see you. I wasn't paying attention. Spooky. I couldn't see anything. Like whenever you can't see anything, you just hit anyway. I feel like you're more accurate when you can't see your own target. I feel like that's how it works. What it feels like. Like you need to blindfold yourself because you're more accurate, it turns out. He's in the tunnels. He's out of the tunnel. He's in the tunnel. Now he's out. Days! You already entered in the first place. Yitism. So you already got in. I mean, you already shot at me when you were literally outside the tunnel. It's like you already, I mean, you shot like 6 rounds too. It wasn't even like one and then you realized your mistake. It was like a volley of fire happened. Spooky. Oh, that was a weird explosion. The rock hover. The game wants me to take a break, so whoever wins or loses the next one is a tism, and then I'll end the stream. Does that sound like tism? Alright, well, thanks for watching the Strom, then. The Strom people. Why do you watch frickin' streams? stream viewer